Okay, Kambi, I found out one thing. I don't even know how, but I found out that apparently some of these, yeah, the clock ones means that I'm time limited, so none of my quests are time limited. What the fuck do I find 20 real to pay the guy? I wonder what happens if I don't have the money. Alright, so let's do her. She has my gun, I'm pretty sure.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. It's where they grow whores like her, and their whoremen. Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite. You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
So I couldn't actually bring up the gun with her. It's kind of surprising. So how do I get up there? Probably have to go through here,
A
but she
sturdy
doesn't
metal
need me,
door
right?
guards the south door.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. It doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. Go check the backyard door. Maybe some...
Backyard door.
Oh, okay, so that's the guy that I wanted to talk next. Anyway, nice. I didn't know that this would be connected. This one we can't,
Just
right?
ordinary wall.
Okay. Alright, I should check my... these things. I don't think I should try the Samaran butter, but let's do it after talking to this guy. So these on the bottom, Kambi, are they like non-doable anymore? Like, why are they on the bottom? Pretty sure the map wall... Oh, it's... Yeah, like this one. I don't have this one here. Confuses me because I think I already finished the cockatoo shit. Why don't I have this in my hand, by the way?
A cockatoo is. This book talks where to even begin. Pet owners, it is not recommended to get your not
I will
the
just
for the name. Performing,
try to search for where the chick is.
perhaps in the words of poet, despite its banging
There's
name,
nothing
with pet
here.
owners, it is your right, not the performing.
Yeah, that one's weird.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Cambi.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important? All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Wait, is someone else investigating?
Oh, you already asked me that, didn't you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look,
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
I guess we're gonna have to arrest someone here.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, the neighboring windows are streaked with rain.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? I'd even go so far.
We will
Oh,
Wait, is someone else
no, not
And when?
last week.
It'll take more than
You didn't
It was my Sunday friend.
he doesn't.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes.
On your feline eyes, Cambi. That's very forgetful.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone.
It's showing us the
placed
key.
right next to. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Thank you, Cambi. Cambi number 2 in this game. Actually, Cambi number 3. You're kinda Kim, Joyce, and this guy as well. You're a very split personality, Cambi.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
The fucking neutralist or whatever the fuck.
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our
I
case.
think I would call it opportunist. Moralist. Yeah, like moralist is such a weird word for it. Like, is that actually like official? I mean, I guess it is because everything else was like real. I would call it opportunist.
He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Before I do that, I wanted to check if I can talk to the lady on the balcony by just zooming out. Before I forget doing that. Can I talk to her? Something. Hello.
Hello again, sir.
Oh my god, I love her. Alright, I mean, we finally get like edges of the map. Like, all we have left is the Union on the right and this apartment building to the north. Otherwise, I went through everything. Which I'm glad, because that means I'll stop getting lost. Let's see here.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
Oh shit, this is gonna be a big area, won't it? Am I muted? No. This box is filled with cleaning chemical smells. Glass is the auditor. Logic authority. Nice. Notes and missing pets are pretty. Oh, right. I wanted to have a question. Can we actually buy something from the pawn shop, can we? Except the speakers? I guess not, right? Shoe rack, boot sneakers, and old slippers. Movement of a loud rumbling snore comes from. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Actually wonder, can be, how many apartment buildings still have shared bathrooms? Because I don't think there is a more disgusting shit than this. I would not be able to live in that. Fucking shit. I mean, it used to be the norm, right? I assume there's not many. I think student dorms still do that, don't they? And hostels, like the shit hotels. Yes, I do need money. I can't pay for the night. Like, that's the scariest part for me. It's 3:37 and I need to get 20 real to sleep. Like, I wonder what happens if I don't get the money. Probably sleep in Kim's car maybe and like lose health and morale. His shoes come in 3 different sizes. It means 3 fucking family members. Okay, this is probably the balcony, right? Go there yet. Actually, maybe let's go there yet. Drone 5-pointed star at the wall. Yeah. Oh my god, there's a lot of shit. Can I do this? Let's take both of them. Ooh. Isn't this like literal stealing? Let's pretend it's. Wait, can you also do these? Probably not, right? It would be too fucking weird. But I'll try. Okay, you can't. It'll be very fucking weird.
Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep.
A door to be remembered. Why is it door to be remembered? Can't be. Apartment, take an eye. Oh, what? Voices from anything else. I'm gonna complete silence. Is here? Okay, I can't go here yet. Oh, right, we also have the secret passage still to explore. Forgot about that one. Completely fucking put that on the back of our list. Like, my question is, like, what happens if I never remove the body copy? Because my physics is so shit.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. No reply. No reply. No reply. No. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has been closed with a padlock. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
Thanks.
It's just scoia'tael. Don't take it bad. Relax.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, Detective.
I'm surprised that Kim is like okay with me breaking into fucking rooms. That does not seem good from a White Star realityography. Looks of critical tier on the most of capital. Is this Yendi's room? Like the gun Yendi? Aha! That's my gun. Check it. Do I have one right now? Let's see this thing. I don't think drama is the one I should be having. So should be very. This is not the case, he doesn't care about anything else. Autism. Observation posing with guns. Huh? Russians loves to pose with their guns.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting. Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
Yeah, can't be we know you're a moralist.
There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
I'm sure and they will be happy to find out. Wait, why was there a chain on the door, though? It's kind of weird, it lets me close the door. Maybe it's important.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
I hate people who know their rights, can't be.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Oh, okay, we're here. Cool.
Hello again.
Yeah. Guess I'm sleeping on the streets tonight, huh? Alright, so we have one part here, this one here. Oh, that's the cleaning lady who didn't want to... Ah, okay. Okay, let's do this first. Hey,
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Or what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands?
Isn't it like illegal to steal cars from cops?
Call the Mama Takwa. It's not only your eardrums that register sound anymore.
Oh right, that's the... Oh my god, did we find it? Can't be. Am I the
Looking
buff
for a
finder?
whisper, light and low. A god who's very, very silent. Nothing escapes you. A cockroach in the other room. A candy wrapper falling on dry grass.
+3 perception. Ooh, that's not bad. I mean, -1 encyclopedia is not the end of the world, considering my encyclopedia is at 5 originally. And I have 5 perception. Alright, that's nice. Do we have any other thoughts? We didn't want that, and we didn't want that either, okay. A 100 tiny feet can be the grades. Holy shit, why is there just money lying around and why am I stealing it? Electrochemistry, nice. We do need that. Alright, we're reaching the 20 limit. Alright, cleaning lady, talk to me.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
I am studying her pupils, can't be, you know? That's what doctors do. I'm an amazing guy.
Now, what do
Look
you
at her
want from me,
face.
policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door, outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Yes, yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show. and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. A symbol of what now? Never heard of it. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
How did I miss these? Huh? Am I blind?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the
Excuse me? Of course not.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
Oh, come on.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
What does that mean? +1 to indirect modes of taxation? Sometimes give you the possibilities to discover thought. Right, I guess I want that then.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style.
I know, like, I wanna keep the shoes, but...
Deciding how to present yourself to the world.
Wait, so like, one more question. These shoes, is it like one thought that I can gain, or is it like multiple thoughts I can gain?
Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you work for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes
So they're
is
useless
made you
after I get the thought.
ultra-liberal. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideas.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent, but that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but...
There's no valuables.
And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Of course.
So where is the hole? I don't see it. Am I stupid? Yeah, let's talk to Kambi first, right? So I don't forget it. Here. Kakao. She's trolling me, Kambi. She's trolling me.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder.
Why tomorrow?
Tomorrow 9 p.m.
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory. Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Tomorrow 9 p.m. right here.
Why tomorrow? Why not
Number
today?
28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today. No one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
In your hands, you hold 16 days.
Okay, I think this is the skip text.
The book is unusually heavy in your hands. It would do that in Grad. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type, real art, is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like it, the back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. In cold, detached prose, the author, the Yugo Grad writes, as ethnic tensions run, it would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure? They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, he toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Poly. She spends the memory of their short time spent together as life leaves their remains between the
Well, I just got fucking rolled, can we? Oof.
Jamais vu, derealization.
What is this?
Jamais vu.
Oh, this is the good one,
opposite
right?
of Deja vu. Not already
Yeah,
seen,
that's
but
insane.
never seen. Everything.
That is truly insane, man. Can I somewhere see, like, how many levels I have, can be? Because, like, I'm not sure if I have 1 level or 2 levels right now. It's confusing. Yes? Oh. Bottom right. Oh, that square. Oh, this. Okay, I see. Like, the most thing I'm worried about is the fucking... It's the body, like, I can't take it down. I'm a pussy. No, this is the hole in the wall, right? I gotta be careful about my orbs. Perfect.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius, is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Lex, women and sexual deviants. Exactly, Combi, that's what you are. You're just a sexual deviant.
Yes. Well, I hope they're good people.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
Alright, I think that's it from this place, right? Hopefully I didn't fail anything.
Hello again.
Shut up, Cindy. So I still didn't find my fucking gun. Alright, so we have a mission with the Joyce lady. Just to interview the truck drivers. I mean, I already know who's the fucking bad one. Just see if I get any thought bubbles. Alright, I wanted to check just real quick before I do anything else. Wait, was I here before? I forgot I've never been down here. Oh, I was. Could also try this, I might as well before I forget that. Was it him?
Vigilance officer, what can this Canadian do for you?
guy was locked, right? I failed this one already. I didn't. Right, composure and rhetoric can be. These don't do anything. And rhetoric, well that doesn't fucking have. Composure. That's all I got, man. Composure and rhetoric, I got nothing.
Officer, the mist.
Skin sandwich.
So principled about his cell. This right here is political. No, you're gonna starve to death.
All right.
There's no way I'll make these, but you know, maybe I get lucky. I mean, 3% it basically means 1 in what? 1 in 30? 1 in 33? 1 in 33.3 infinite?
Still,
Anything else I can assist you?
Expected. That's fine. Alright, the bench. I've never tried out the bench.
the worn and beaten.
We can sit on benches after we've solved them.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when detected.
Oh. Right, let's check the thing in the thing. So do I get 1 XP when I do that? Or is it only the bubbles around my head?
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100%.
No bubbles? That's insane. All of this? Or do I have like better skills? Here. This is the bridge. Check.
A crumpled billboard reading.
Visual calculus. I don't think I have anything else.
Just some tasteless.
Fucking hell, man. The guy is gone. Alright, so finally check the Kuno sneaking place, I guess. Shit, Coco, start talking.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. Hard to say. No, these tracks are not interesting.
I'm low rolling Combi and I'm not happy about it.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 players have walked.
Actually, I have 3 for visual calculus right now. I think I'm gonna level it up. Let's check if I have anything for visual calculus. I think I do, but it's a big value, right?
There are several footprints in the mud, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number
Oh my
46.
god.
2. Standard work boot, steel. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. Standard work boot, number 45, or you don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
That's the body carrier. Standard.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
400 million.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see? A woman? Or a kid? Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner?
Oh, that's smart,
Or
can
maybe
be.
a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? Mm-hmm. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revachol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself. In doubt, perhaps. It would be unprofessional of him to be sure of himself at such an early stage of the investigation.
Either way. What else?
You see a set of tire tracks in a brown slush. No. These tracks.
Motherfucker. Let's do the billboard before I continue. Still have to try to take down the body. That's gonna be fun.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samurai, judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The salmon and butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently, within the past 72 hours. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linear G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers. Very sturdy but light motor carriage, more likely than most to survive that jump. The Linear G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long. You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis.
Any theories about what happened here? What kind of car do you think it was? That's quite likely, from what I can tell. Oh. The traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
Somewhere in the depths of your alcohol-addled soul, you find a few threads that you can weave into a story.
The tip-top tourney champion?
What the fuck?
The lieutenant patiently listens to the words coming from your mouth.
I'm not reading this.
Jumping
This
canals
is
at
so
night.
dumb.
If I was Jacob Earl, I wouldn't drive in Martinez. The roads are awful. In conclusion, it's a colorful theory, but I don't believe Jacob Earl did this. Should we go? If we must.
I'm not expecting him to get far with this, the lieutenant.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble. A moment passes. The
What about me? Good. Excuse me? You have a...
A moment passes.
Alright, that's progress, Gambi. Oh my god. Where's that trash container? I don't think I can do it because I cannot unlock it already. I'm very confused, it's still on the map. Let's check it out.
The trash container's
Yeah,
there.
it's open. Also I tried to want to call the ghost lady again.
An old East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area.
I think that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I can't. Alright, now I would go to the secret passage. Or maybe try this. Someone told me to
There
take
he
something.
still is, looking right through you.
Who
With his white
no
eyes.
meteor
The body
weight
below is
long
entirely
enough.
dedicated.
Endurance. I don't think I have endurance. How do I... how do drugs work? Like, I think I need a specific drug for this, right? Isn't it like one of these? I'm very confused. They give bonus for 1 hour. Oh, okay. Alright, let's just fucking YOLO the 3%.
There he still is, looking. Again. Every time it happens, it gets worse.
Did I just die?
There's nothing to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing, drowning at the same time. The lieutenant is clearly at a loss.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point to upgrade your endurance.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it.
I'll never fucking make it, Calby. I'm a pussy. How do I get here? Alright, this was left for too long. $96 XP, I'm gonna check something. $97, you were right. Oh my god, so broken. Why didn't I get that at the start of the game, Campy? That's way too OP.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Wait, it's mine!
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field.
Oh, I'm gonna die, Camby.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Sour flare. I think I have some sour flare shit, but I think no, I don't have it. Oh no, that's minus sour flare. Fuck. Really? I mean, this kills me, right?
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Well, I'm dead. Okay, I'm not dead.
No. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
I got you, Gratan. Let me just adjust your breathing a little bit. There, isn't that better?
Huh.
Hey, what's happening? You okay? It's okay. You're just having a little panic attack. Try to breathe as slowly as you can, alright?
The necktie lets go a little. Its vicious grip easing around your neck. Colors return to the world around you.
Good. We can always come back when you're feeling better.
Why don't you jump this, Kim? You're one of those Asian gymnast beef. I'm joking, Gambi. I'm joking. It's in the game. So wait, that's it? I thought there's gonna be more here. Really, that's it? Huh. Alright. Cerebral play. I think I like the Kid Copium most. That one's really good.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
That's good, okay? Hey Andy, how you doing?
I'll die before I squeal.
Yeah, sounds like Andy. Alright! We are almost finished exploring Kambi. Therefore, it's almost 4 PM already. Frogevori. Nothing new with this
Still
guy.
here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Oh, I don't suspect this guy.
Man, me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire. An old monument. The woman still has her eyes.
If you want our attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I?
Finally.
What are you?
Like, only thing I'm scared about Kambi is that the map design kinda fucked me and I missed the location. So if I do miss a location, I mean, for now I think I explored everything except the guy with the button. So if I miss something, please tell me. I don't want to miss anything. You won't miss, alright.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the weary aspect of a cornered beast.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber? Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is. This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the mine behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
I wasn't ready. Well, you...
The Republic of Mesk is...
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
Moreover, the boots were size 37, tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro, which happened 500.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. A size is 37.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand? Hermenegildos's bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to on the Western Plain.
The Boyadero, Boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. He is a rugged individualist and explorer.
Gambi Coco wants to stream now. Enjoy.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring Boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. Of course not. The Boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maygrit, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes.
So the Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him. The most beautiful. A true Boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a Boyadero.
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case. But connected to this woman tuning out like that.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will. The Monosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatalia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas du Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly. You're right, Lowman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me. Is that all you woke me up to say? What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel. The great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
Then what were you getting at?
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Why would I want to do that? Lowman, what in the name of God are you talking about? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad? No, Lowman, diamonds. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras. Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Well, this was a waste of fucking time. Jesus. Alright, let's take a break here. I need to give Coco her medicine. And this lady conversation was the most useless conversation I ever had. So relaxing, real happy. Alright, let me check my map real quick. Any skill checks I wanna try? No. What is boarded door? Oh right, yeah, that's also good. Like, why can I like disable these? Like, this doesn't exist anymore. Why is it still here? It's kind of weird. This is also like these three don't exist anymore. 3 composure checks. Hru happy. No, jsem rád, že jsem ti zlepšil náladičku, no.
A lorry stuck in the traffic. The windows, fumes of heavy fuel.
I mean, this guy's clearly did the racket. Let me check this store real quick. I've been here in a while. There's something new. Guess not. Smokes, alcohol, and drugs, right?
The tin machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk in.
Nice. Still poor as fuck. Alright. I mean, this guy's the fucking culprit.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Drugs? They are shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
As he takes a long reg on his cigarette.
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector.
Fašistický rasista, ru. Tyhle hře si můžeš vybrat, jestli chceš být... Počkat,
They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow.
Komunista... Wait, I did a fascist thing when?
Economic sabotage.
Ultraliberal, moralista, fašista nebo komunista? When did I do a fascist thing, Kambi? Huh?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then...
I don't know shit.
Kambi říkal, že jeho playthrough byl moralista.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer's stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, alright? 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
Well, let's check the top of here finally. See if there's something new with this guy.
Right to work!
Right to work, Kambi! Ja! Arbeit mach!
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Bring you here. case of a strike, press button behind guard. Emitter is sealed or locked by electronic means. There's no locking ring or door kicking this. Alright, mountain.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me. You have succumbed to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Yes, Al Ghul. It means alcohol. Correct. My small skull servant. Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison. A parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land. Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years. This is a fabrication that alchemists...
I'm kinda scared to contradict him, Kambi, so he doesn't throw me over the rail.
Go on believing in it, race loser. Why don't you have another drink? Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Sandwich race is waning. Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Yeah, the face. Now let's do this one. I gotta step up, man. I mean, he's not gonna attack me, right? It's too much trouble for him for no reason. Right? Right?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great
Máš názor na
gains in
rasismus,
technology, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Koikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit.
On your Koikos, Kambi. I know a Koikos guy.
And with frivolous pop culture.
I saw one on YouTube.
I have potato blood in my veins. My life, it's potato. In your working life and your living, it's always potatoes. I dream of potatoes. When we are going to harvest, in your mind and in your heart, you feel that you are going to export that potatoes and you are not going to see it anymore. That hurt. The family thinks always from morning to evening about the potatoes.
You have to export the potato and you'll never see it again. That hurts. Like, that's so weird, man.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
I hate this bitch.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor. That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls. There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist. He does not so much as glance at the object. Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble.
Wait, I'm fucking confused. I thought the fucking Union are communists. Are they not? Huh?
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race. Haplogroup Aft, we are the future. That is all you need to know. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk in. No. I have heard about it on the radio. I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate.
Surprisingly smart, to be fair.
You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone. The lieutenant does not flint. You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading. You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself. Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful. Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blub.
Interesting.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
I have a question, Gami. If I conceptualize the race theory, does that like automatically make me a racist, or can I like just do it to get through it?
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say
Was that
yes,
the role you talked
plenty.
about that changed your game?
Babe, thanks. But I got this. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. So cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Baye, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Probably not something I need right now. Alright, let's finish the... Holy shit, 7 PM already. In the game, I mean. Let's finish the smuggler shit. I actually don't have much to do. I have the smuggler, and then inside the pub, the workers there. And that's it. Let's check this first. Are they still here? They are, okay. I was thinking if they're gonna like maybe leave in like afternoon or some shit. Hey honey.
Oh, hello, dear.
Nothing, honey. Oh, let's give him the 20 real.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Unfortunately.
You got the room for the night, but remember...
This fucking door, man. What does this door
You see a heavy steel. The door does not.
Hey, this is the gardener. Why is she here?
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is
Yeah, what the fuck
as
happened?
ice.
She's weird.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Thank you, Kim. That's exactly what I wanted to say, actually.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority.
And this is the first one
In
who's
Martinez,
going like...
You are normal.
Who's going like... offensive against me. Even the fucking 2-meter supremacist was more talkative than this bitch.
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate.
A nice meme.
It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I'm so confused, Scambi. Like the fucking Nazi guy told me that they're not communists, but now they are socialists. Isn't it the same? So are they commies or not? I'm so fucking confused. He said that communist ideas are retarded or something in that sense.
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
It's not time yet. What does that mean?
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
I actually know Kambi. It's because most Slovakian and Czech shop conglomerates are actually German. And the Germans are squeezing Czechs and Slovakians for food because they know they have to buy food to survive. That's actually the reality. There's a massive oligopoly in Czech and Slovakia made by German companies.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man, in his 30s, overbearingly masculine, sitting on his right. Standard working boots, size 45 or 46, eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet, across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s, and then standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain, in the far corner. Standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum on his neck? Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking.
She, huh?
Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit.
Oh, it's the bitch upstairs on the balcony, isn't it?
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
Case solved! And this is how the game ended, Gambi. They were all arrested and we all went home.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man. You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Bunch of retards.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? A representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
Ah, I get it. He was the spy for the company. She put him in as a worker so she can spy on the Union. And they found out. So they killed him. Bin ich richtig oder ich habe Gericht? Scratch the second part. Ich habe recht. That's what I wanted to say.
No, I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Yeah.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming in.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird order to do stuff in, isn't it?
He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
Jesus, Shanky is a real fucking smart lad, isn't he? Fucking Shanky, man.
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
This one has a distinct style. He puts so much whiny emotion into everything he says, it's hard to see if he's lying. But he could be.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet. Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuinely trying to look out for Angus. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Like what, copper? Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one, and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Again. About fucking time.
Alright, let's see if we can establish authority. Autorita can be. I have nothing for authority, man. Fuck me. I'm just gonna do it because I'm a giga chat.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I'm not a clown. Impossible. More like 666 can be, am I right?
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
First you tell me someone's been raped and then you don't say who. That's bullshit. Kim, I need your gun.
Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent, and it's
I don't think so, man.
You're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop.
Why?
This is not what he thinks it is. This is a great idea.
What in the name of fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what am I doing?
I don't want to give you my gun.
The fuck is happening, Titus? What are they whispering
Yo, what the fuck is happening?
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this is going.
You're just gonna shoot myself?
Police job? Be careful, it's loaded.
He gave it to me?
Good. Now put it in your mouth.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Fellas, you getting any of this?
He's not gonna off himself. Come on.
No. He'll do it. Go ahead, son. 3, 2.
Kisses, kisses, kisses.
Ratan, we can't have any fun if you kill yourself. Painting the booth red with your brain sounds like a real blow.
Why is the necktie talking to me?
Later, there'll be nothing.
Fellas, the cop is really threatening to off himself. This is insane.
No, that is not what is happening. This show is unnecessary. Give me my gun, now.
He's desperately trying to offer a counter-narrative. There is none.
What in the name of motherfuck?
Acidic taste on your lips. Corrosive.
The fuck is he saying?
Alright, let's stop.
Nothing. Give me the gun.
Alright, I'm sorry, Camby.
Thank you.
Oh, that was the stupidest shit
Nothing
I've
to
ever
worry
done.
about here, people. My partner likes to play these jokes. He's what you call dark.
He is infinitely grateful to have that gun back on his belt right now.
Dark? What the fuck was that, you carnies? We haven't seen RCM in 4 years, and this shows up?
I knew he wasn't gonna do it, though. I knew he'd pussy out.
No. I still have my money on him. Sooner or later, he has that look.
Do not think your failed suicide attempt will win you any pity from these men. Do not expect them to forget it soon either.
Again, it was a dark joke. Maybe we should go for a little walk, Joker, before we continue.
I'm sorry, Kim. I'm such a potato.
What in the name of hell was that supposed to be?
I don't know,
A
man.
theatrical suicide attempt. We need to talk about it. Yes. Well, I was able to recontextualize it as a dark joke. I will not be able to recontextualize it the next time. I understand you sometimes employ extreme interrogation tactics, but I want you to understand that was too extreme. We can't have RCM officers going around putting guns in their mouths. We can't afford to have that image. Few institutions can. Good. I'm glad we had this talk.
Alright, so... Oh, we have 2 points, Gambi. Even not amused. So... I do have a lot of composure shit I could go through. I think I should. Let's try that. So we have Annette. Oh no, my wife. Renee and pile of clothes. What is pile of clothes can be? Is that the... No, it can't be. You are here? I mean, it's supposed to be like down here. What pile of clothes? I'm confused. Composure. Do we have any composure? Do. Alright, waifu.
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
You failed to deduce.
Fuck!
And she waits intently.
Come on, don't be silly.
Very silly, man. I'm probably gonna fail her in there too. I might just throw a second point at it as well. What's that?
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instinct.
Still,
Anything else I can.
My composure sucks dick, Gandhi. What is this? Fridosh. What is the pile of clothes though? I don't know. Pile of clothes. Oh, is it the shop guy? I mean, if I... Yeah. If I fail this one, I'll throw a second point in it as well, straight up. Probably. I don't know. Ooh, disco, good, Kambi! Yeah.
The speakers below are banged and wood.
That's not it. Those are shoes.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes.
Shut up, flying dog.
Economy.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Okay, I have to remember that. That's actually useful. I might need to use that. I still don't understand why there are things that I can't do anymore. It's fucking like annoying. Also the scrolling is annoying. To conceptualization. A lot of physical instrument, but some don't work. Another conceptualization. I mean, I guess we can finish this one.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs.
This
Sadly,
fucking guy,
I don't
man.
have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm... Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that? Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
It could be. She was strange. He's not ruling her out.
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos. All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You... Everything's still cool here, officer.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
After all this mess, the broken seals, lying to you, come on.
An investment? What kind of investment? Ha! That! You drive a hard bargain, officer. I respect that. Okay. What's it going to cost me? Be reasonable. Sounds like a fair deal all around.
Easy, Gumby.
Corruption.
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a window describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do?
Like, honestly, this is like the corruption I can get behind. Because it's like, he's stealing from some rich-ass company that has like all these trucks and transporting goods, right? So I don't really give a shit. I steal from him. I think that's a good commie thing to do.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind? I don't want to talk about that. Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is. I didn't, man. I told you, I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
He still is, hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery. It's true. We would of course lie, but a kind heart is tricky. Bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why. A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's a youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person, I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you. I just can't, man. I'm not naive. She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
Come on, man. Life is just a joke.
It's snitching, man. I know what it is. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her. Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart. And his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
Thank you, friend.
I kinda like this guy. I wanted to check if I can look through the window at night, if it like gives me better odds.
Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window.
It's not time
The
yet.
hawthorn
What does that
branches
mean,
scrape the glass
Candy?
like bony fingers.
I broke him. Moralistic asshole. Hardcore mode is engaged, good luck. Thanks, man.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? I don't know what you're talking about. He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen the corpse in the yard, yes? You took a peek. I know you did. Does it look like his friends protected him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Looking for something on?
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
What do you think we're doing right now? Run. We're outside, talking. There's some kind of homo thing?
Okay, that's enough, detective. That's enough.
I mean, it was a lost case, but maybe it is a homo thing.
Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright?
Fuck, I don't wanna fuck over Tommy, man, but like, this is basically impossible. A grey-haired lady can help.
The woman is still hunched over the railing.
Huh? What is it? What do you want? Did you just call me a lady, Sheriff?
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
I'm not that either, Sheriff. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul. I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was. The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there, it's all just... In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
You feel very cold suddenly, as if standing face to face with a terrifying adversary. Then the feeling dissipates, and all you see is an aging woman. In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to? Oh, Sim.
I'm fucked, Gambi. So I didn't get the XP fucking trade faster. What do I need for the body again? Fuck, I always forget. Is there anything else I can do? I don't think so. Minos.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you! Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight.
You keep watching, yeah, because I don't want to become a racist, man. And I don't know if it makes me a racist. I might Google it. It's not an option I want to take.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock the Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
We have air support?
Because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology. Alright, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however. First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
Maybe that would work.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
So pissed, can't be. I have like a small wanting to just fucking restart the game and just get this shit first. That's so P.
The door is closed. This door still the lieutenant. He doesn't. The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something, soft, yet crinkly. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in scoia'tael into the apricot-flavored chewing gum, loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers. There it is again, the scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer, the surface of another planet, or some ancient temple. Yes, from the height of antiquity, a long, long time ago, millennia ago, on an island of time you can never return to. The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small
I have no idea
curtain,
what this is about.
warm like the evening. Why are you talking to a gum wrapper? Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive. Feels so familiar. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
It's 9 p.m. Is it bedtime?
The bed is still cold from the broken.
When is the bedtime come? Is it 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.? I really wonder what this means.
Behind the dock
Like,
workers,
does the...
a
It's
ceiling
not
height
time
window.
yet?
The hawthorn branches
Does it mean
scrape the
like
glass, like bony
the
fingers.
day of time or like the day of the week? It's confusing me. Progressing story?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti. The box seems happy.
Okay, I'm gonna kick it, but if it hurts
The
me,
dented yellow mailbox.
I'm restarting. I just don't wanna miss
There is
it.
a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's...
I just didn't wanna miss anything, like... In this game, you don't know if it fucking opens like a side mission or something. Which I would not wanna miss. Is the store closed now? Okay.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah, Why?
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by?
Can't be the wall is important. So I'm wearing like weird shit right now, I think. All these glasses. That's okay. So yeah, I mean, we'll probably have to fight the fucking big guy.
You're back. Good.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Word has traveled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. While
One of the tall buildings over.
Fuck, I misclicked.
It would give them a read on the entire quarter.
It appears we are being monitored every step we take, colleague. Did we have any other...
until you come up with something at that intersection, the two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
She simply nods.
What would you like to know? Good. What we...
There was a touch of discomfort there. She nods.
Of course. Of course. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century. When humanity was high on this world. Discovering more and more of it. These archipelagos included. Elysium. Not in this case, no. That sounds more like something the Mesk petro-fascists might say.
The Confederate Republic of Mesk, the world's largest state by territory, has fallen into an especially nihilistic strain of nationalism lately.
It isn't enough to call us animals. Even animals aren't animals. They're like you and I suppose. Living organisms don't identify with abstractions. Elysium is for particular beings. It does. There are those who would call it hell. A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists. Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit. Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways. That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revachol Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
What the fuck? It's here, Camby?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago. You seem to be spooked. Please don't be. They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound. You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it. See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
The Pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. Remember, we have a cadaver to attend.
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else. I don't think your colleague would appreciate that. He has already been so patient with this whole exercise. Let's continue with something else, all right? You can ask about anything else in the world.
I still don't know my name, dude.
You could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here, unless you can convince him to step aside.
Glad to have been of assistance.
I mean, I don't want to rush through the game, Camby. Like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong because of you now. Like, I want to explore.
More lessons in basic reality?
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Fine.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant. Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas.
So it's dark
It is
matter.
the inter-islary mass. Isla is a Mycenaean
I thought she
word
was
for
talking
a
about
continent
that.
of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
I think she's talking about...
Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde. Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
The negation of being.
That's right. The negation of being. No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and
Maybe
west.
you're right.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer. An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see. It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible. Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds, hardware operating in the hardware, firm, self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged extensively. Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue. It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
No nameless detective of the
Yeah, I think you're right,
militia.
Camby. Like, the
I
Pale
am a
basically
member
means...
of the entrepreneuric business class. I'm
I think it
cleared and trained
means
for 22 days.
being in the middle of the sea with no land in sight, right? So you're like... It's like the absolute isolation. It's like the experiments where you lock yourself in a room for like 1 week with zero communication and shit. That's why she's talking about the psychological effects and stuff, because you're isolated, you can't get out. Shit like that.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
Or it's some sci-fi shit, like I
Her
can't
woman
tell.
must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Up to my gills, officer. Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years. Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later. Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended. once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely. Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping. What do you think, Detective? Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists. Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same. Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything? Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale? You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then... I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
Good luck, detectives.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I gotta call it Cambi, I gotta study. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by River Party. See you guys tomorrow or on a night stream, maybe. We'll see. Bye bye.